All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Were you in second act?
Yeah, dude. How dare you?
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. I had 3 pivotal scenes that J-Lo herself said were pivotal.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. Talk about it on the mic.
I gotta watch.
J-Lo stories are not to be left on the cutting room floor.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, I mean, you should watch it anyway, just because it's a J-Lo rom-com.
You're in a J-Lo rom-com. How did I not know this?
I don't know, because I didn't do press for it. You don't do, you do press when you're in a Clooney HULU show. You don't do press when you got 4 lines and 3 scenes. Although it was supposed to be 2 lines and 1 scene.
I think I auditioned for this role.
Did you?
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
I think I auditioned for this role for sure.
Well,
Now we have a
What's
feud.
his? He works in the office.
no, he's one of the technician. I guess the lab technician. He helps J-Lo make some cream for people's faces.
That could be interpreted differently.
I
sorry
would
to
just-
sorry to make that kind of
anything
joke
to
in
help
front of your
J-Lo,
mother,
but,
John.
You know, she loves it.
By the way,
Yeah.
you always come bearing gifts in the forms of people.
Yes, that's true. Last time I brought Jake.
Yeah.
This
and-
time I'm bringing my mother.
Yes.
I'm taking it up a notch this time.
Next time you come in, your wife. You're not married yet, but you will be. You're gonna make that happen.
Okay, fine.
That's gonna be the selling point to the girl you're dating. Is hey man, we really gotta settle this.
Speed this up because I'm doing Adam and Brad's podcast, and I promised.
Yeah, could we go
that
to?
I would be married by then.
We
so
go to Vegas,
I
do a little
know-
drive-through wedding
yeah,
thing going
I know
on.
we just matched on Tinder, but if we can speed this up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
your days of the online dating are no more.
No more.
Yeah.
No more. No, I'm living with a gal now.
you're living with her.
Yeah. She
Okay.
moved. She moved in. So who knows? I might be able to make that happen.
All right, so let's go. Let's go full Howard Stern and go. Okay. So you're living with a girl. You live with a girl. Does the sex increase? Does it not? How much you fucking?
I love that. I love
That was my first attempt at a Howard Stern
Yeah, that was
impression.
great.
I don't
That
know
was
if it was that
Hey
good.
now.
That was
I liked it. I liked it.
Wait, what? You've been dating for how long now?
We've been dating for a little over a year,
Ooh.
and we matched on one of the apps.
Right.
Okay, which app?
It's Raya.
Raya, the celebrity
It's a
dating
really
app.
douchey
Wait, I can
app.
never get on that one.
It's
Wait, does
it's a
that
douchey
so
app.
so that's the celebrity Tinder?
Kind of. She's not a celebrity. It's just I don't know. It's some
and then
sort of,
you're the celebrity. No, of course you are.
You
Of
need-
course you are. That's why you're here.
Clooney.
When I got on SNL,
Yeah.
they were like, "There's a dating app just for people on SNL or whatever."
And you're
So I
like,
was
okay, so I can
I was
go
like,
and
I wanna
bang
see what this
Victoria
is all-
Jackson.
Yeah, that's
Wait, yeah, but it's pretty much. I mean, there's some pretty crazy people on there as far as like,
Like legit
A-list, right?
celebrities.
Yeah.
There were some famous people on
Like,
there.
did you ever
I-
match with like Halle Berry or something like that?
I did not. I did not. I didn't match
swiped
with
left.
anybody really famous. I matched with like probably a couple people on The Bachelorette or something like
Whoa.
that. You know, or The Bachelor.
Hey, that's fame in some,
Yeah,
in some
yeah.
states.
Oh yeah, it's weird. I just found out that a girl that I dated right before my wife is now on that. What's it on? It's
Celebrity Rehab.
Fox. Paradise Island.
Oh God.
Where
I
like
don't know what that is. That's like Bachelor in Paradise.
kinda their version of that, but it's Fox, so it's a little trashier.
Right. It's like we don't know these
It's
people.
not
but-
so much strawberries and candles
No,
and like
it's just straight fucking.
it's just straight fucking. It's just like, hey, welcome to straight fucking this week on
On
Fox.
Fox. Oh my
straight
God.
fucking.
Is that what Big Brother was too? Essentially.
I think they tried to do that. I think
Yeah.
they tried to, and then people started having like debates about racial equality, and they're like, guys, hold on. Can we go straight to the fucking guys? But we're talking about how the United
No,
States has
too
to
heavy,
decrease
too
its
heavy
foreign
for this.
policy.
Yeah,
And
no.
get the fucking.
Get the fucking.
Get the fucking.
Let's speed this up.
Yeah, there's something about that show that has still not registered with me. I guess just a bunch of strangers living in a house.
You loved The Real World.
Yeah, I did, but
Yeah.
that was that was when we didn't
That
have
was the best.
options.
That was the best. That was the introduction.
also the people were better.
Yeah,
The people.
Yeah.
I think the Real World casting does a better job than Big Brother.
their casting was always like. I mean, it seems easy and basic now, but like they're always like, okay, we found a gay guy and a guy who doesn't like gay people.
We
Let's
put
put them
him in
together.
a bunk bed.
And guess what? He's Jewish and black, or maybe just really Italian and tan. We'll find out this season.
We have someone who doesn't believe you should have sex until you're married.
And we have
with,
somebody who
with
fucks
someone
someone.
with someone who's fucking.
Yeah.
A lot of fucking. I don't know
Yeah.
why I went straight Josh Adam Myers with that. A lot of fucking.
That's
but
a good Josh.
hey, I got them Johnny legs, y'all.
That's very good.
I'm just
A
doing
lot
his
of
bits
good.
now.
Yeah, there's. Would you ever go on a reality show?
No,
Dancing with the Stars, I feel like is probably waiting in the wings for you.
that's true.
But
I guess if
you-
things
Yeah.
Took a turn.
go, if I do well enough
Yeah.
at some point and then not well for a while,
Yeah, that's when you do it.
then
It seems
You
like.
that's
do-
when do it.
you-
Yeah, I guess that
yeah.
means you got to a place where
Right. You do need that arc.
you can just like do something bad too. I feel like and end up on Dancing with the Stars.
Fuck yeah.
Sure.
Can't you just be like a pseudo celebrity who gets like pulled over for
Listen, I'm on a
Like a
cop
hit and
cam,
run. Yeah,
and I
yeah,
got
yeah.
pulled over.
Yeah,
and
then you become famous for that, and then you could get Dancing with the Stars.
I urinated on the cop while
Yeah.
singing the Baby Shark song.
Yeah.
And then
I
now I'm
also
famous.
was a guest star on Young Sheldon, but it's because I took my dick out at a playground that everybody knows my name, right?
Sure, exactly.
And to be clear, this is all hypothetical.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
In case
You haven't
people
actually
start
done
the
that.
podcast in the middle.
So
I
John,
took my dick out.
Where was the park exactly?
So, John, when you took your dick out, and let's be honest, this is the podcast where you've come to apologize for taking your dick out.
Oh God, I'm really nervous.
No. John
Did you-
is
It's
not.
It's very easy
You're
to
a
quickly
sweetheart.
ruin your career, you know?
Did you find
is.
that there was people ask comics all the time, like after the Louis thing, like, do you feel now afraid to talk about, like, did you feel any of that backlash or any sort of apprehension to talk about something that you might feel like could be perceived as not even just too edgy, but like where you're like, all right, the audience, maybe people need to
Like the time you
have
took,
more time.
Like the time you took your dick out. Like, were you hesitant to talk about that at all?
I should have been more hesitant to take my dick out.
Brad's just jealous because there's a whole production when he has to take his out. The pants go down.
Oh God,
he
it's
brings
a whole
in
thing.
fluffers.
His dog helps. I need assistance.
Yeah.
I can't. I can't just
You
drop
never
it
need
because
an extra hand. You
no, the ass is too big. The pants can't just fall. You know, if I had a nice flat ass.
No, you just need tearaways.
I mean, I need tearaways, and then I need that one song playing. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
imagine this
Are
is
you
what's
ready for this?
happening at your house in Van Nuys.
Yeah,
all the
that's
time.
not what's happening.
Yeah.
You don't jump into the bedroom by pulling off tearaway sweats.
I mean, I think I should now.
Yeah,
I
dude.
think that
Mix it up a little.
It should be a whole production. Hey, have you ever seen the movie Bring It On? Let's reenact that dance scene.
Wow.
Right now.
All little
Make it
people.
happen, make it happen. If enough people like call in, that doesn't happen on the podcast. If
What?
enough people write in, you'll do it.
Oh, I'm
record
gonna be having a GoFundMe page.
Okay.
Go
To raise money for the
Go
pants.
fund my sex tearaway pants.
Has there been a dwarf Bring It On, like even porn parody or remake in the works? Because
Listen.
I was just going to ask that.
or like on ESPN3, you know those
Yeah.
cheerleading championships?
Yeah.
Like, has there ever been a
Listen, man, we got some stuff in the works. I was at a meeting last week, and now, see, here's the thing.
It's
Now,
the tossing that scares me.
now that Game of Thrones is done, we are all vying for that top dwarf spot. Dinklage is out.
You think
We're
Dinklage is
all-
out just 'cause
we're
the
all
show's
fighting.
out? Now
We're all
Dinklage is
fighting
out.
now because we're like, the king is dead. There needs to be a new king. Right now, it's me and Wee Man. We're neck and neck,
neck
but you
and
never know. There
Yeah.
could be a dark horse dwarf, which is a great name for a racehorse.
Dark Horse Dwarf.
All right, that's Dark Horse Dwarf coming up the left side. Dark Horse Dwarf really hugging the rail.
I wouldn't put money on him.
He's a dark horse.
Have you ever bet on horses? You seem like a guy that would get invited to go do that, not know anything about it, and make the rich guys laugh, and then they end up like giving you a lot of play money.
My mother's here. We went horseback riding.
But I'm
my
talking
mom-
about horse betting.
Yeah.
Oh, horse
I'm talking
betting.
about going to like the Emerald Downs or the
Churchill Downs.
Churchill Downs.
I think I went with Julian McCullough once.
Nice.
Actually,
Yeah?
yeah. When I opened for him in Minnesota, we went to a track. But I vaguely remember
Did you
because
win
that was the
anything?
same. That was the same week I got a SNL, so I don't really remember.
Oh, so there were slightly bigger
yeah,
things
I
in the
can't
works.
really remember the horse part of it.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, thank you for being our first guest in the new digs,
All right,
man.
it looks great.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you're
Still coming together, but
popping the cherry.
I love what you've done with the place. I now know you were in second act. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. It's only there for that.
You made fresh cream for J-Lo.
Yep. You now know we're sponsored by Koi CBD.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
So you can get.
Do you get you're sponsored by them?
Yeah. We can
Fantastic.
The best CBD in the biz.
Yeah.
Gummies,
Koi.
tinctures, creams. Creams that Adam Ray may have made in second act.
Yeah. I mean, why do you think J-Lo was smiling so much in that movie?
She was high as fuck.
Yeah.
On Koi.
Just
On
kidding.
Koi.
She wasn't high because there's no THC in it.
Yes. There's
Just calming.
and
But
but
it's an important distinction. To make
now
here.
the last time I saw you,
Yeah.
that I didn't know this was a part of a press tour. I just thought you're friends with the coach from Friday Night Lights, Kyle Chandler.
So Kyle Chandler is
was like, look at
is
John.
in Catch 22
Yes, your new show on Hulu.
in my new show on Hulu, and he lives in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So I told him I was coming down there for a show,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Well, I'm coming. I'm
All
coming to your
right.
shows." And so I'm so nervous because I got Coach. I'm a huge Friday Night Lights fan.
Yeah.
I grew up watching.
What do you
that
love
show.
about it? I mean, your reenactment of the big game on Conan was like priceless, and I
Thank
feel
you.
like in every other episode of that show, yeah,
Yeah,
a moment like that.
It was from that show
Yeah.
that I did that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I did a Friday Night Lights bit on Conan for those who haven't seen it. And then
brilliant.
And then Kyle Chandler came to see my set, and so he got to see me do the Friday Night Lights bit.
Whoa. Now,
In
are
Austin.
you extra nervous being like, this is the guy that inspired the bit, watching the bit?
100%. I was really nervous. I really wanted him to be involved in the Conan set too, though. I wanted him to come out. And
Oh,
make
sure,
a
to like
cameo.
have a headset on and just
Yeah,
come
to
out
get
and
slow
do that,
and then, like,
do that coach
Take it off
move.
and give me a hug.
Yeah, do the coach move where you put your hands on your knees. You're like, it all
Yeah.
comes down to
Yeah,
this.
yeah, you pick up the clipboard and you say something underneath it, I guess. Yeah, so Kyle was in the show, and I mean, we got along on set, but that was the most we ever hung out was in Texas when he came. I mean, because it was a festival. I had 3 shows. He came with me to all 3 shows. We took shots in between
Come on.
each in between
Shut
each
up.
show.
I must
Yeah,
have got
we were
you
running-
after your second show because you guys were both really happy.
Yeah, we were so happy. We were happy.
I'm a fan of the guy as well. Of course, he's the investigator in Wolf of Wall Street, and
Yeah, Bloodline.
yeah, does all this stuff. And then I'm seeing this guy, and I'm just like, look at Rudnitsky
It was
hanging with the coach.
hanging with Coach. I mean, I looked up to him so much,
And it turns
to be
out
able to hang out with him.
And he's a great guy.
He's everything you'd want Kyle Chandler to be. Like,
Chicks love him
first of
too.
all, we
I mean,
go
girls
to get
are-
a drink, and he's like, "Well, let's get the jerky." On the menu, there's like beef jerky. He's like, "Let's order a bit of the jerky," and then we're like drinking cocktails, eating beef jerky at this like the oldest hotel in Austin, Texas. I'm like, doesn't get more Texas than this.
Yeah.
I'm with Kyle, and he starts telling stories about Friday Night Lights, and at one point he said, there were a lot of fires going on down in Texas while I was shooting down there, and I volunteered for the fire department. So I'm like, he's coaching the Dillon Panthers and putting out fires.
He's the most. Did you feel less of a
I'm like,
man?
he's
Because
more-
I'm feeling like a pussy right now
Oh my
hearing
God,
about this.
100%. I'm
Yeah.
like, that is so gratifying to know that's what he is. That's what he's doing.
My
and
God.
he even said, he goes, I almost didn't go to the Emmys because of the fires. Because the fires that were going on. And I was like, but you won the Emmy. And he's like, I know. Could you imagine how good the press would have been if I didn't friggin' go? I'm like, Kyle Chandler can't be here to accept his award. He's too busy rescuing kitties, babies from burning buildings.
Did he answer a lot of Friday night questions? Did you like?
Well, no, but when we walked around town, like people would come up because he's like kind of a hometown hero.
Sure,
Like,
sure.
At one of the bars we got a shot at, the brother was like, "You might not remember, but I was an extra in season 2."
Did he remember?
Yeah, he's like, "Of course, yeah, good to see you."
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
no,
say
no.
like because he doesn't
He's like-
fucking remember. Like nobody,
Yeah.
like an extra in
He
season
doesn't
2.
watch. I mean, like, I don't know if like he watches all of his stuff. He's like that cool of a guy where he's like not really into the like he like lives on a farm in Texas.
Just trying to keep that
He's
home.
like, I
that
feel
home
like
life.
he's like fixing a radio probably most of the time.
He's like he's somehow restoring a wagon. You know,
Always
just like
restoring a wagon.
it's just like he's got a nice wood finish on that. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like him and Nick Offerman just call each other and talk about wood, but not in a sexy way. But just but it becomes sexy because it's those
'cause
guys
it's
talking
them,
about
right,
it.
exactly,
Yeah, they're like,
whatever
I'm working on a canoe right now, Kyle. What are you doing? And he's like, doing a wagon.
Doing a wagon, you know. Yeah, did my wagon last week.
Just man stuff where I'm like
such man stuff.
where I'm like calling people like, could someone come paint this wall? Like I can't.
I'm
do
useless.
Crap.
I've never been to a Home Depot.
You can't do any of that.
I can't do. I couldn't build Legos as a kid.
Well, that's something I wouldn't announce on a podcast ever again. At least lie and say you could do that. And isn't it funny how that does translate to
I feel
when
like
you get
it
older?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you were you a Lincoln Logs guy or just a straight up?
Do
you know what those are?
No, what are Lincoln Logs?
There you go.
What were you buying this kid as a child?
Barbies.
Nice.
There
You're
we
doing
go.
Plays with Barbies. and
That's
stuff.
why John has no genitalia, which is why he could take his dick out because he just pulled it down. Nothing there. Yeah, nothing
I
there.
am a Ken doll.
By the way, quick tangent. Can you imagine if they ever do just go, you know what, fuck it. Like Barbie's got boobs. It's time that Ken is also bringing something to the party. And
Yeah.
they go ahead and attach a little Ken
little
penis,
penis.
like a little, maybe a big one. We don't know. Ken seems like a pretty fucking put together guy.
He should be back at some.
He's
heat,
with
right?
Barbie, right?
Yeah.
Like, are they just?
Barbie's got 32,000 jobs. She's a doctor. She's a veterinarian. She's a lawyer.
She's
like,
also got
drives
like
a Ferrari.
mansion
He's
and
just like a dickless Aryan.
ridiculous, homeless, just piece of shit.
That is not what I wanted when I wanted a dream of a man.
Wow. Thank you for coming in, Brad, for the role of Ken. We will not be going in that direction.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I just
Yeah.
thought Ken would seem to be very angry and Third Reichy.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, not quite alt right.
But
yeah.
but like was Kyle really great with fans coming up to him and just
Yeah. He was great, but he goes, people do get aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
People can be a little, so if we get in a fight, just know I'm gonna run. And I thought that was like, that made me feel better because I'm like, oh, maybe he's not just a man. He's also like a real guy. He's like, so we're running.
I feel
I thought he'd want to like throw down.
But see, yeah, Kyle seems like the guy where he would be in the fight, finish the fight, come back, sit down at the table and go, so what were we talking about?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
He'd have that move.
breaks the glass over his head. He's like, where'd my drink go?
Yeah. And all of a sudden there's a ding. You weren't even chewing.
Yeah.
Is he a guy that on the show first of all, how did you take us through the audition process?
Yeah, this
Catch-22.
show is huge.
It's a big show.
Catch 22 on Hulu.
I'll say this: I haven't sat down and gotten into a show, and also I know that all the eps are available, right? You can stream all of it now.
Yes, yeah. All 6 episodes on Hulu.
I like the idea of like taking your time with a show and looking forward to stuff, and binging. Look, I'll probably, I got through 1.5 eps, and by the way, a show to hook you right away, like. I think there's just so much stuff now, and we're all so ADD. Like, dude, this show from the get-go, like the first 3 scenes are just like everything you want in it. You get enough Clooney, you get an intro to all the characters, and you get like action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
It's really just like oh man, I have no option but to watch all of this. If it wasn't so late, I probably would have. But again, I like the idea of like breaking it up, and I'm going to Seattle this week, and I'm looking forward to like having a night when I get home from the shows to watch a couple more. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. I love
and
that.
I think
You'll
that's how it
devour
should be
it
done.
quickly,
I know.
too.
Yeah, it's an easy watch.
It's an easy watch. Every episode is like 40 to 45 minutes.
The writing is like the
writing's really incredible,
If you're a
yeah.
fan of like Clooney when he's in those Coen Brothers movies,
Yeah, dude.
where like
He's tapping
your
into that for sure.
intolerable cruelty type writing, where it's just boom, 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 boom. Then this show is for you because the writing's really sweet.
Luke Davies and David Michaud, who wrote it. Luke Davies wrote Lion, so he's like an
Okay.
Oscar-nominated guy.
Oh,
And then
there you go.
David Michaud wrote Animal Kingdom.
Wow.
Okay,
and
that's
is
a huge-
directing,
yeah, that's a huge show.
This new movie with Timothy Chalamet, the King, or
Mm-hmm.
So
What if you were
those
like,
guys are-
these guys wrote Geely and Airbud 6, and they just somehow
And they
figured it out?
just, it just clicked.
They just clicked.
They were able to
Who
friggin'
knew that they-
adapt.
Hulu was like, we're going to roll the dice
Yeah,
and let these.
they're just big World War II buffs, and they just that's how they got it right.
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? Yeah,
That's why they had Airbud Nazi Germany waiting in the wings. But they just couldn't get people to jump on board and fund it.
Why does the golden retriever have to be gold?
Oh my God, Ken's back.
How did you get this part? Like,
I sent in a tape actually, And that's it, really. I mean, I sent in a tape for one of the characters in it, and the casting director, who I hadn't ever met,
was that?
Rachel Tenner, who I owe so much to, and Rick Messina, the two of them. I'm so grateful to them because I'd never gone in for an audition with them.
Yeah.
They saw a tape of mine. They said, this was good, but he's not right for this, but he might be right for this guy.
Yeah.
And they have no, they don't need to do that.
Right.
So many people are trying to get a role in
Sure.
the show.
Because was Clooney already attached at this point?
Clooney's attached. It's shooting in Italy for 3.5 months.
So who doesn't want to do this thing?
Everybody wants. I was,
Yeah.
praying that I would get this job,
Yeah.
any role on the show. And so I sent in another tape, and and then heard back shortly thereafter.
Did you hear from Clooney or just from the casting?
Just from the casting director, but it's pretty wild because that it's Clooney who said, this is the guy.
He had to sign off on you.
He's the guy.
Do you
who
think he was just sitting there like,
Clooney and Grant?
nah, what's this guy's name? Jane, can you bring me an espresso?
DeVito.
Yeah, DeVito.
Get out of here.
DeVito's his assistant, or DeVito's just always with him?
Whenever he hears an
bringing him-
espresso,
yeah, he's bringing him
DeVito
the
just
espresso.
pops out.
Is that coffee?
Wow. Yeah, dude, that's crazy. He signed off on you. That's the first sign of like, fuck. You right? Like that's you put that in the. I don't know if you put that on your resume or walk up on stage to that credit, but maybe you do.
You could.
This guy was signed off on by Clooney.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy literally. Think of somebody more.
You can't.
That's in the business that you just like want to have a beer with.
He's the
and
king.
or just be in his world, but then
Yeah.
also like have the approval of, right?
There's nobody cooler than George Clooney, I don't think.
There's not, dude.
Brad Pitt.
I'll fight you. No,
And
I don't
then
think
you
so,
get
man.
cast, and then you're probably thinking to yourself, like, it's shooting in Italy. We're probably gonna go on the weekends to his house on Lake Como.
This is what's really funny. So
Okay.
yeah, so I brought 2 suits with me to the on my trip because I thought that Clooney would be inviting me to something where I'd need a suit. I never needed a suit. He never invited me to Como. But it's just funny that I was like, we're gonna be on a boat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a suit.
I'm gonna need a suit on a
at
boat.
least 2.
At least 2, because one.
Fuck, I should have brought 3. He's
One
gonna
day-
see me in the blue one twice.
Yeah, one day we're
Yeah.
gonna be in a suit activity. He's
Yeah.
gonna look at me and be like, "So, are you coming to the dinner with the ambassador tomorrow?" I am. Second suit.
But I didn't get the invite to the Como house, but I wish I had because Chris Abbott, who is the lead, went to the Como house.
I went to the Como
And when he came back, most of my friend Tess was there. I was like, who was there?
Yeah.
I was like, this weekend it was Bono, Adam Sandler, and Jennifer Aniston. And then another weekend it was Sacha Baron Cohen, Stephen Colbert, and somebody,
Is that just like?
and the Prince, I think.
so
you
when
know.
so when
And then it
so
was
when
Queen
people,
Latifah,
yeah.
Shaq, and Tony Robbins.
Marry, fuck, kill.
Marry Tony Robbins,
Obviously.
I'd fuck Shaq, and I'd kill Queen Latifah. Just to see what
Going
all
on
the
my
hype
mind
was
here.
about.
Oh,
right?
Read my
God.
mind. That's amazing. That
I just
feels
put
like.
cream on J-Lo.
Yeah, that's just like
Is that
seems
an
like it's
option?
the celebrity hotel in Italy. Like when you're going to Italy,
Yeah.
you be sure to stop by.
Stay at
and-
the Clooney's.
Yeah, stay at the Clooney's.
I mean, he's got like a proper, setup there.
So take us through the first meet and greet with him, because
Yeah.
that's a nerve-wracking, but also, you're
Yeah, because I didn't meet him until I was in Sardinia, where we shot the
been
thing.
there.
Yeah.
You shot it in Sardinia?
We shot it in Sardinia.
Oh, dude. So my
Guessing that's a great place.
my friend from college, their folks have some cash, and we went there after Scotland. We did this Fringe Festival trip after USC with an alumni group from SC, and then my friend was like, "Do you want to come with me and my folks to Sardinia on our plane?" And I was like, dating a girl at the time, and I'd already been gone for 8 weeks, and I was like, I was like, how long? She's like, another 2 weeks, and I was like, oh boy. And so she's like, you really gonna not do this? And I was like, I haven't seen my girlfriend in a while. And she's like, you gonna marry her? And I was like, I don't think so. She's like, well, there you go. I was like,
Get on the
well,
plane.
fucking thanks for breaking it down for me.
yeah. Get on the plane.
But Sardinia is one of those like made up Willy Wonka type situations.
Insane. Yeah, like just clear blue water and mountains coming out of the middle. And like, we'd be on a Saturday, we'd be on a boat with Kyle Chandler at one point. We're like docking the boat, jumping off, rocks
Dude.
into the water. I remember one day we were just like on a rock. There's like nothing around except beautiful ocean water. And then this boat comes out of nowhere, like ringing a bell. And it's guys with Aperol spritzes and gelatos, selling it on this boat. And Kyle's like, I got it, and like jumps in, like swims, and like and then Coach Taylor brings us.
Yeah, he had a knife in his mouth for no reason whatsoever. But he's just like, when I dive into the water, I have to have a knife in my mouth.
This branchino for later. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and there was a restaurant on an island. The only thing on this island is the restaurant, and we would like go there on.
Was it a Buca di Beppo?
It was a Buca di Beppo.
Yeah. That's the one thing about Italy. They don't change who they are. Like, we are Italian through and through.
And yes, we kind of hinted at it, but as if you need any more to watch the show, it's a World War II show
based on
the novel,
yeah.
which is where the phrase Catch-22 comes from. Was from this novel. I didn't know this. We have so many phrases in our language that everyone's just kind of assumes that have always been there, but it's like, no, they started
it came
somewhere
from the book.
Yeah.
And the book was going to be called Catch 18, and then there was another book coming out at the time with 18 in the title. So his publishers were like, why don't you change it to 22?
Yeah.
There's more of a ring to it.
It does.
Yeah,
and it does.
And it's not it's Catch-22. It's not like it references like a code or anything like that. It's just a made up thing.
Just a made-up thing that Joseph Heller came up with. He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
Oh, but I was going to say, because you asked me about my first meet and greet.
Oh, right. Yeah,
with George. Yeah, so we're
with
in
Clooney.
Sardinia, and we did one-on-one meetings with him and Grant. So we're like in the lobby of this hotel in Olbia, which is in Sardinia, and I was just like pacing and panicking because I'm like, oh my God, we're like one at a time. They're like, okay, you're up on deck, like, and you just go up there and to talk to them.
Yeah.
But like. I just was like freaking out that I was going to talk to, and I still to this day feel like I never got it right with Clooney. I was just always so nervous around. Like my buddy Pico, who was on the show, went up there in his meeting. We all like recapped our meeting.
Of course.
Sure.
I don't think I
Little
said
schoolgirls.
anything. I don't think I
Because
said
you wanted to
much in
compare
mine.
notes. You want
Yeah,
to
wanna
make
compare-
sure, like,
Also, is there something I shouldn't say or should say?
Yeah.
Should I bring up
Or like I
out of
just
sight?
want to be funny. Can I just be funny? Yeah. Oh my God. And he's got great stories about just everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Good sense of humor, right?
Oh yeah.
Ball buster. Yeah, I mean, you hear these prank stories, so you have to assume that he's got a good sensibility.
Yeah, I have a great Clooney story I'll share, but
Save it for next time. So, John, I want to hear about. No, yeah, of course, dude.
Your
Said
childhood.
nobody ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us your great Clooney story.
well, first of all, so Pico's story was that he goes up there and Clooney's first thing he's like, George said, pull up a chair, and Pico's so nervous that he was like, hey man, it's already been pulled up. And is what he said.
Man, that
Also-
is amazing.
Which is such a funny thing to say. Also, the chair hadn't been pulled up.
Yeah.
So he had
So he's
to
0
pull
for 2
this,
in
and
that
it's like a
sense.
heavy chair.
And now he has
It's
to
like
go and drag it.
So
Squeak across the hard
We also
floor.
would have accepted, I will pull it up if you help me. This chair looks heavy.
Yeah.
But that's too much and not cool.
So not cool, yeah. I
Whoa.
don't think I can lift this on my own.
What did he
Well-
say George said?
I don't think he remembers what George said.
Yeah, he blacked out after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We would have both tried things with him.
Sure.
And try to like.
I hope you heard that story before your meeting so you can be like, well, at least I'm not going to be as bad as that guy.
I heard it after.
Oh.
Because it was more to be like, how did you do? Because I don't think I said anything. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think I.
It would be great if like you guys did say that back to back and didn't know. What do you think he would do? Do you think he would be like,
It's a
either
bit.
you planned this or if
Yeah.
you didn't, you're both fired because I can't handle
Yeah.
the similarities. Like you guys are planning your chair responses.
That would have been great.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wish I had done that.
Wait,
No.
so then what did he like? What'd you talk about? Just the show?
He talked about where we were. Yeah, he just was going through, where we were shooting in Rome. Because after Sardinia, we shot in Rome at this place, Cinecittà, which is where Fellini shot most of his movies.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And where they shot the HBO show Rome. I mean, it's like an incredible historic thing.
Imagine.
So we talked about that and just like a bit of the show, but like not much, you know. And then I never felt like long enough. And
Yeah,
I never
bet.
felt like I got anything in there. Grant Heslov went to USC.
Yeah.
He brought that up. And it was like, yeah, fight on.
Yeah.
You
During
know,
the actual,
you know how good they are at that football.
yeah. During the actual filming, how much interacting do you get with him when you're not maybe doing a scene with him? You know,
Well, I'm always was like aware of where George was at all times, you know. Like Chris
They give you
Abbott,
George
the lead, made
trackers,
fun
right?
of me because one time I was just like watching Kyle and George talk, like from across, and like my jaw dropped, and he's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I was just like, "What?" You know, I couldn't help it.
beautiful.
I was just like, you know, in awe of these
Yeah.
guys, you know. But like, yeah, I would go up to George and even if it was something he wasn't directing, I love to like hear his thoughts on what was going on, and he always had great input and always had great stories. If I was like, what was it like working with David O. Russell? He's like, let me tell you about that motherfucker, and then he's like, we got, because they got in a fist fight on Three Kings. He's got like, they got in a whole fight during that
over
movie.
what?
An extra, I think, like an extra was. I forget what had gone down exactly. I'll screw up the story.
I bet he has just been on so many sets. I mean, dude, he's probably got ER stories for days.
Oh yeah.
Did he talk about that at all?
He told the story about Spielberg guest directed an episode, and he came up to him and he said, if you stop moving your head so much, you could be a movie star. Yeah.
Whoa, that's right. He does.
God.
He still kind of does that.
He moves his head a lot.
But now he's a movie star, so he can move his head however much he wants. He's probably doing it in spite of Spielberg. He's doing the Spielberg head swivel.
Fuck you, Spielberg.
Every time he shakes his head, he's like, "Fuck you,
He's
Spielberg."
a bobblehead.
Yeah.
He's a bobblehead.
God, if Steven Spielberg told me something like that, the next day on set, my head would be as stiff. Like
I wear a neck
like,
brace. Yeah.
Yes.
Cannot move.
Give me scalpel. Stat.
Too
Like you're
stiff.
just not moving your head at all.
Yeah.
Be like, cut.
It's like, Brad, your interpretation of Ken is not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you said you had a great story, and I want to make sure we get to it.
So, we're out on the friggin' tarmac, like shooting a scene like with these World War II planes. George comes up and like leans on the hood and is just like telling us about how he sold Casamigos for $1 billion. And then
Does he bring that up casually, or does he just go, Casamigos? What'd you say? Oh, it's a funny story, actually.
Casamigos.
Yeah. Did he like alley-oop himself for conversations?
Like, tequila, Solissa.
Did
Tequila.
Did somebody mention Cindy Crawford? Oh yeah, her husband is my partner for Casamigos. So let's just talk about that for a while. You're like, oh fuck, George. Okay.
By the way, I love the stretch and the Jewish shout out you were trying to give there. Some sort of Yom Kippur, like he's playing. He pulls out a shofar.
I just realized,
and he goes,
I'm like, that's very niche. Yeah.
He goes, "What do you guys do? What do you do when you blow a shofar? Tequila."
Tequila.
Speaking
Anyway,
of tequila,
Casamigos.
Casamigos. I just sold that shit.
What's that song? Oh, that's tequila. It's made of tequila.
It's out of sight, this tequila.
Yeah,
He just starts naming movies.
All of his titles. Wait, so then
If you drink too much, it'll send you right to the ER. Oh, speaking of that show.
yeah.
Oh man.
It's so good Michael Clayton would drink it. You're like, okay, that's a stretch.
that's a fun game.
Yes. He started telling this story, and I forget how it came up, but he was saying, when I was growing up, I always got picked on by this guy, Daryl Tucker. Always picked on me. Like, he grew up in a small town in Kentucky, and he's like, even when I go home, he's like, I can never stand up to him for whatever reason. I can never stand up to him. He's like, even when I like go home as like an adult, like after ER, I'd be like, oh, big time Hollywood, Clooney, Daryl Tucker would still be picking on him. And then like after he sold Casamigos, he got a call from the mayor of Augusta, Kentucky, or wherever he's from, and said, George, you're just about the most successful man to ever come out of this town, and we'd love to honor you and name a street after you, at like whenever they have some event every year.
Sure.
And,
town fair.
Yeah, it's like a town fair or something. And we'd like to name a street after you. We were thinking of naming it, changing the name of the street your folks are on, in a Huckleberry or whatever, And he said, does Daryl Tucker still live over on Huntington or whatever, does Daryl Tucker still live over there? And he's like, I think I'd like to change the name of that street.
No
So
fucking
now
way.
every time Daryl Tucker receives a check, has to write anything, his address is to George Clooney Avenue.
Oh my God.
Oh, well done, George.
What a Yahtzee power play fucking Mortal Kombat finish him move.
Doesn't get cooler than that.
Yeah. You
I mean,
live
you could
on
burn the
my
guy's
street.
house down, but that's
Yeah.
probably too much.
I mean, he at this point, that bully has to burn down his own house just so he can move to another street.
And then Clooney
like,
buys
fuck.
that street too.
He just
gets-
follows
or gets
it.
it named
Why is there
after.
40,
Well, now it's Clooney Town, bitch.
Why is there 42 George Clooney ways in this town? This guy keeps moving.
That's a great story. Dude.
Is that wild? I mean, that's the ultimate Clooney tale there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I would open every if I, but that's probably in his pinky of tales from the past.
Oh yeah, he's got it just a
Did he
bunch.
quiz you about SNL or just your experiences? Was he?
We talked
did you
about
get to talk
SNL
comedy? Because he seems like
we talked about SNL once.
Yeah.
And I just asked him when he hosted, and it was that was
Yeah.
a fairly quick chat. He
about-
just kind of tells stories.
Sure.
and that's fine to listen.
Yeah, totally.
Dude, you could really
they're
just
great.
take out a phone, record him, and then later edit in questions and make a podcast.
Here's my podcast with George Clooney. Very first episode.
I'll bring it here so you guys
Yeah,
can.
fuck
so
yeah.
There
guys can
you
do
go.
it. Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah.
And we'll just say, tell us about, and then we'll just sit back.
Yeah, that's
And
perfect.
he'll
That's
just
perfect.
go.
And he's got it,
That's
and it's
amazing.
always like, it was me, Matt, and Brad. It's like
Dude, that's
it's all
the
first,
Rat Pack, right?
first name stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Now, be honest. I know this is going to be a really difficult thing. Which was cooler for you, working with George Clooney on your new show Catch 22, now available on Hulu, or doing goat yoga in Austin, Texas?
I have to say goat yoga. It's pretty exciting. Getting that call,
Sorry, Clooney.
getting that call from my agent, there's nothing like that. And it was on speakerphone. My friend was there. I emceed goat yoga at Moon
Oh,
Tower.
I thought you just participated. You fucking
No,
hosted
he
the event?
hosted it.
Seed it.
Yeah.
I got a call from my agent's assistant because not important enough for my agent.
The agent doesn't make the goat yoga calls.
Not yet. Not
Are
until you
you
get a season 2.
comfortable with goats? Was
Is
the
the
first
first
question. I think the first question
Please
was,
tell me
do
you
you like
responded-
yoga? Do
please
you like yoga? I'm like, sure, yeah.
Please tell me you responded with, yes.
I think I
And then
said,
they dropped you.
I
as
think
a
I
client.
said, who doesn't? I said, probably a little too much.
I mean,
John, this is serious. Bestiality is something our agency is dealing with more often than you think.
don't knock until you try it. I hear it's not bad. Just
Whoa, that's a sheep, okay? You are fired from animal noises.
In all
Whatever.
fairness, I didn't know the difference
There-
between the noises. I know the difference between the animal.
Yeah, well, they feel different. So, John,
from the inside. Yeah. So what we're saying is, one's way tighter. So what we're saying is that
but wait. So, goats do yoga,
Me
or
too.
are you? That's the winner.
that's
the winner.
Me too. Perfect.
Wait a sec. What you're doing
its own
yoga
movement.
and they're just sitting around you, or the goats are doing yoga with you, or you're sitting on a goat? How are they involved?
So there's yoga, and then goats are walking around and then get on people's backs and stuff. They just naturally will hop on your back while you're
To
doing it.
like massage you, or
This
just
is a thing. No, just to walk around.
is it calming? I'm having a tough time
Yeah.
understanding why you need them there.
It's just distracting. And then they wanted me to MC it.
right,
So doing a show in the middle of the day, hard.
Already tough.
right.
Performing at goat yoga,
Mm-hmm.
impossible.
Yeah,
With
just
that
so
attitude,
dis-
for sure.
because
Just so distracting. It's
like, I'm not
also,
paying
they were like
attention.
10 minutes into it, and I was like, do you guys want me here? And they're like, oh, yeah, the mic's right over there.
you're like,
Jesus.
so do I start? Do I lead the class? Like, who pays attention
No,
when
and by
when
the
a
way,
goat's on
I
their
was
back?
not doing well. The yoga teacher was killing. Mostly by roasting me. She's like, are you going to say something funny?
Oh, jeez.
All right, we're going to take it to a sun salutation. We'll take it to a warrior.
Did you have like goat puns that she was killing you with? Like, I think it would behoove you to get into this position.
That's fucking.
She had a couple of those. That's bad form. And, all that.
Oh,
And like
God.
killing, and then I'm
Killing.
just there, like not knowing what to do with myself. But that was a real conversation from
Holy shit.
my agent, my agent's assistant, asking like, "Wait, what is it? Explain it to me."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Well, how much are they paying?" And they're like, "Nothing." And I was like, "All right,
Perfect.
sure."
I'll
yeah,
do it.
Yeah, I guess so. And I was like, did they ask anybody else? Like, no, you were their first choice. I'm like, that's because they
feels
knew
good.
I'd say yes.
But hey, you got some incredible Instagram photos.
That's true. I got
That's
a
for
couple
sure.
good Instagram photos.
Yeah, and
You got to do
you
stuff like that for the
experience.
material, for the experience, and you've never been one to shy away from not saying yes to new things,
I try to say yes to.
It helps for the stand-up. Have you
There are
written a
some
bit
times
about it?
though when you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have said yes to this.
Of course.
Sure.
But those terrible gigs are the best stories.
Yes, when we all get around and talk at comedy clubs or at festivals, we're not telling stories about about the time we killed in front of the whatever. It's like, no, we're telling the stories about, oh, have you ever done a daytime show when your audience has goats on their back?
that's
like,
way more fun,
Can
dude.
anyone beat this one?
That's true. It's
Yeah.
really true. Yeah. I mean, the bowling alley in Muskegon, Michigan that I performed at, I talked about.
Oh, you mean
You've been?
I'm going back?
No.
God. Well, Brad
Don't
could.
do that.
Brad
Why
could,
would you do
Because he
that?
couldn't get booked at Goat Yoga. Take it easy.
Listen,
But you probably pack it out. Do you pack it out?
Yeah.
we did 2 sold-out shows last time, but
Yeah,
but
very
we're going
different
back.
experience for me.
Oh, I mean, did you tell them that the goats were opening up for you?
If I had brought the goats, I could have killed. I can't believe it. So you've done it. You've done it already.
Going back,
It's the
man.
only time I ever got chased off stage.
Chased?
Chased. And it
Why?
happened twice. The same woman chased me off stage twice. She came to the first show and the second show. She was so hammered, she forgot that she was offended
I love that.
the first time
I love that so
by
much.
the same jokes.
Same jokes?
Yeah, Trump stuff. And this was before the election.
Yeah. Wow, this
So
is very
I think we lost because of Michigan. I think Muskegon. I think it was like
big
pretty close.
factor
Or
for
Muskegon
sure.
might have voted blue, but
yeah.
Michigan was close. And I said I knew, because of that my show at the bowling alley. I could tell they were militant. They were pissed.
Wow.
I made a couple of Trump jokes, chased off stage.
See, yeah.
Wow.
Chased out of the
Chased.
bowling alley.
That's not fair.
Like, now, how does this situation develop? So you make the joke, and does she get up, just like, not today, or like run after you, or what happens there?
I remember she had her rum and cokes like stacked. Like she had
Like trophies?
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's not a good sign.
And I just forget. I was like, "You're pissed, huh? What are you gonna come up here and chase me or something?" And I think it just happened. It was a couple years ago now, so I can't quite remember. But and I tried to forget it.
But yeah, you kind of blocked out.
I also threw up on the front lawn of the Hampton Inn after that because of the mozzarella
Who
sticks.
hasn't done that?
So it was a rough. I can't believe you're going back. And the green room is just the guy's office, which had dirty undies on the floor.
Of course it did, dude. Well, that's initiation. Dude, those green rooms are always the worst when it's like, hey, we don't really have a green room. You can sit in my stepdaughter's car out in the back and just
It's got a heater.
it's got a heater, man.
Don't look at her.
Don't let-
Why is she in the car?
It's got a CD player.
grab my undies there. And there if you
Every
don't
Dave
mind.
Matthews Band album in it.
Every Dave Matthews Band album. That's madness.
Do you have any questions for my mother?
I mean,
Well, here's what
Now
we
I
do have
do.
to wrap this up, but I want to do a part 2 with your mom, a full on at the desk. So that's why I've been bashful to. If you're going to be here, we
just
want you
say
on
hello.
mic on the table. Say hello.
she could have not
nervous.
sounded more like a Jewish mother with that hello. Hello.
No, I want a full on at the table.
Yeah, because I feel like that's a
apart.
good. That's
Yeah,
a good.
that's-
Yeah, we
you
need
would learn
some.
everything you need to know.
How
about
long are
me
you here
from
for?
Talking to her.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Okay, and when are you coming back?
I have no idea.
When we when we fly her first class
When
to
she
do
comes
this
back,
podcast,
Dude, when we
I'll
come
do the
back.
podcast, and I'll be married by then. As
Yeah,
well. I'll bring
of
my
course.
wife.
yeah. And
That'd be
and-
amazing.
And we'll just have questions about Lil Jon.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God, I'll have a kid too. This is
Yeah.
No.
or the rapper.
No, the rapper. We're just gonna talk about the rapper the whole time,
Gotcha.
and then because we know that she's an expert.
That's right. My mom knows everything there is to know about Lil Jon.
Catch 22 streaming right now
Yes.
on Hulu.
Check it out.
Yeah, big
Check it
things.
out. Go back, watch your set on Conan. It was
Crushed.
fucking brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah, check out the Conan stuff.
Barstool Sports retweeted something.
Yeah, they
retweeted
posted
the quarterback.
set,
that was
which
big
was
time.
awesome.
Yeah, which was
I'm
great.
thrilled about that. I talk about working with Clooney on the couch, and I got some fun couch stuff. I do a
Yeah.
little talk show host bit with
Conan, yeah, that was my favorite. I texted you after that. That was just so like
So
man.
brilliant.
Any couch time with Conan is the best, and when you can make him laugh and like he just took it on, he was like, "Yeah, I do all that." Yeah,
I mean, that was the
That was
coolest.
the best, yeah.
Yeah, I was freaking out. Thank you for texting me. Always.
Fuck yeah,
That's something
dude.
exciting.
Yeah, and then
I'm sorry I didn't text you about the second act. I feel like a shitty friend.
well, that's what we're gonna bring you here for, not to plug your shit. Fucking
Man,
chastise
never
you
heard
for
of
not
that,
being
you
this-
man. J-Lo can take a cream. You can't give me a call. The name of this episode, J-Lo can take a cream.
Oh, it is now, but she'll now never do the podcast. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Thanks, guys.
That was awesome.
It's about last night.